And then they updated us on poor Darby Allin and Sting. They showed the package where Sting basically left Darby Allin alone in the parking lot where he was attacked and kidnapped by Team Taz and put in a body bag and drugged through the parking lot last week. So here's Taz and Cage and Hook. Apparently Starks and Hobbs were not there because of weather. And they're doing the in-ring promo, daring Sting to come out because there's only 3 of us. Well, 5 of them have been useless as tits on a boar hog and running away from Sting for the last 6 weeks, right? So now there's only 3. This should be a walk in the park. And, of course, here comes Sting. Who thinks it's a good idea that Sting comes out at a snail's pace in no threatening manner with a blank facial expression and just walks to the ring and stands there while the heels browbeat him? How is this exciting? Didn't Sting used to come out beating his chest and howling and all kinds of fire and fucking whatever the fuck? Or doing something?
Well, when he became the dour
moving?
Sting, when he became the dour, sullen Sting in the late 90s, he kind of stopped doing things.
Well, so Taz cuts a promo on him that he needs the bat because there's 3 of them there. So he drops the bat. There's 3 of them there, but he drops the bat. And they're trying to make him look like a badass babyface, but what they did was make him look like an idiot because you look like a badass babyface if you drop the bat and then kick the 3 heels' asses. But if you drop the bat and get shut down almost instantly, you're a fucking idiot. And that's what happened. And I wrote this down. Here's the action. Sting drops the bat. He's taking his coat off. Taz says, "Oh, you're going to be a badass, eh?" Sting throws his coat at Brian Cage, which would have been good, except he mostly missed and Cage didn't catch it and sell it anyway. And then Sting immediately goes over and hits and kicks Brian Cage 7 times in rapid succession. Cage doesn't sell. Cage doesn't take a bump. Cage doesn't even go to a knee. Cage goes back in the turnbuckles. Hook picks up the bat and puts it around Sting's neck from behind. And Sting backs up and gut shots him with the bat, and down he goes, and the bat gets fumbled. But then Brian Cage just grabs Sting from behind and turns him around and powerbombs him. Thanks for coming, Sting. Can any of these fucking chuckleheads get anybody over? And somebody had to lay this out. They didn't just make this up as they were doing it. So why not lay out something, I don't know, good?
Yeah, and by the way, I cringed. I was under the impression they were doing a cinematic match because Sting can't take bumps anymore. He's had spinal stenosis, neck problems. And then he comes out there on TV and just takes a power bomb
from Brian Cage.
Did you see the meme going around of when they had that shot from the top of Sting just laying on the mat?
Overhead, yeah, and his eyes were crossed.
Yeah, they said the moment he realized it's not 1989 anymore.
Here's the thing. Let me explain for the people out there, but for the people, because a lot of people are going to say, wow, Cornette just bitches about everything. Well, how would you have done it? I'll tell you exactly how I would have done it. And especially since we now know that Sting can take a power bomb. So that's all I need to know. I'll tell you exactly how we could have done it. He could have walked in with the goddamn bat. Taz could have said, "Oh, big man with the bat, right? You need the bat." Drop the bat, start taking the coat off. If he slung the coat at Cage, and Cage was in any way smart to the wrestling business, he would have caught that coat over his face and all of a sudden start struggling with it and turn away for a second. Whereupon Sting, if he can take he just threw some punches and kicks, he fucking punches Hook, and Hook takes a bump and comes back up, and he punches Hook again, and Hook takes a bump and comes up near the ropes. And Sting throws a clothesline standing right where he is, and if Hook can't yet take a bump over the ropes, then he goes through the ropes. At that point, Cage has the goddamn coat off his fucking face and is charging and swings, and Sting ducks it, standing in the same place he's been. They're feeding Sting. Sting's in the middle of the ring. He's turning one way or another. He doesn't have to go nowhere. He ducks fucking Cage's swing. He fucking pickles him with a goddamn punch, and Cage takes a fucking bump. Because goddamn, he sells for fucking Darby Allin at 150 pounds. So sell for Sting, the $1 Million Man. Cage takes a fucking bump. Or elsewise, as he comes up, Sting gives him a fucking football kick or something in the chest. He takes another bump. There's Taz is coming with something. And Sting spins around and grabs Taz by the throat. He's still in the middle of the ring, Sting is. He hasn't taken a bump. He hasn't done anything that will hurt him physically. And as he's got Taz up by the fucking neck, promoing him, you dirty motherfucker, that's when Hook comes over and snatches a fucking leg, and he looks down, and as he goes to hit Hook, Cage hits him in the top of the head and powerbombs him right there. Now Sting looks like he's done something in the space of 20 seconds. He's given Hook 3 bumps. Then he's given Cage a fucking bump. He started the fight to begin with 3 guys, face to face. Gets Cage busy with the coat, gives Hook 3 quick bumps, turns around and gives fucking Cage a bump, grabs the fucking manager. The first heel that bumped grabs his leg and distracts him, where the big guy fucking hammers him across the fucking back in a working way and gives him the power bomb. They end up in the same place, but it would have been exciting. Nobody bumped for this fucking guy. Nobody sold for him. Sting, I'm talking about. It was just bland and fucking boring. An unseasoned baked potato is what this angle was.
Well, the other thing is, it's hard to get people to genuinely react to things because of where the business is today. But we've seen in the past, there are many examples. But I remember one in ECW, when Gary Wolf was in a halo for a broken neck, and Shane Douglas started shaking the halo. There were fans there that were ready to jump the rail.
Yeah, because he was really doing it.
Because they thought he was really hurting him.
Well, it was fucking touch and go doing something like that.
Right. Now, here's the one thing everyone knows about Sting. He's in his 60s. He can't take bumps. He hurt his neck against Seth Rollins. He can't take any more bumps. They have to do cinematic matches because he can't take bumps. If he's going to take a bump, make it mean something. Make it that, oh no, what are they doing? No, he can't do this. Oh my God, Sting. You know, this is what the worst case scenario of him coming back was. Something. Instead of, he just took a bump and now we'll see him next week. That's the thing. You had an opportunity there when Shawn Michaels got beat up by the Marines. And then all of a sudden he passed out in that match with Owen Hart.
People still ask me if that was a shoot.
People believed it was possible because he just got beat up by the Marines. Sting, you had an opportunity here. If he's going to take a bump, tease it. Make people think that Brian Cage is doing something he's not supposed to do, and he's about to hurt the beloved Sting. Instead of, oh, here's this, and now we got the shot of Sting on the mat. What have I gotten myself into? That's not the look you want a baby face to have. What am I doing here?
I know, and then they had to even make that funny. And you're right, Sting could have made so much more of a physical impression in his little flurry. And then if they're going to use that bump, then fucking have him sell in fucking pain and stop the show and bring out the ambulance. And bring out the fucking stretcher and cart him out of the fucking ring for an entire segment. It's Sting, the biggest star in your company. Make a big deal out of it. But no, it's just Seg 6. All right. Kingston and Butcher and Baker and Bunny were next doing a promo about who he's mad at this week. Now Kingston and the Lucha Brothers have split up. Kingston is a great promo, but when nobody understands the shitty booking and he has no coherent story to tell because his alliances change on a week-to-week basis, nobody gives a shit.